I'm Jay Bradley with Dirtfoot, banjo player, backup vocalist, and kind of the business guy.
My name is Marley D. Williams, and I play bass for Rebellution.
Rebellution. Reggae, but you're in kind of the jam band scene. You end up falling into it. I see your band on the lineup with a lot of jam band and stuff. How's that overlap for you? Do you notice it in the crowd? Is Rebellution a jam band? Talk about that for a second, please.
Well, we're very fortunate to be put on all these festivals that have just a wide range of musical backgrounds, and we never really considered ourselves a jam band, but since we've been doing the festival circuit, I think it's influencing us and it's opening our eyes to that whole side of music and stuff. I noticed that I feel like the jam band scene is even more popular in the East Coast more than California. That's just what I've noticed, but I think growing up in California and then getting on more festivals out, east or the middle of the country, that it's more prevalent and it's an awesome scene, and I hope that we can start more genre bending in our music and our scene.
Thank you.
I hear Dirtfoot just recorded a new album. Talk about that.
Yeah, we just went into Blade Studios in Shreveport, Louisiana. Recorded a new record there with Brady Blade, who's producing. He's the drummer, Dave Matthews and Friends drummer, and Emmylou Harris's drummer, and he's produced a lot of great people, and very charismatic character, very fun. Went in with Chris Bell, who engineered it, and had some great guys like Papa Molly and Rebirth Brass Band and Tim Carbone from Railroad Earth sit in and do some jamming with us. We got 4 songs of Rebirth, and we're just blown away. We were so stoked to have those guys in the studio. We were real fortunate. We went into the studio with no plans of how to pay for it. Brady saw us play live and said, "I want to record you," and so we said, "We have no money," and he said, "Great, just do a Kickstarter." So we did a Kickstarter thing and raised the funds and to pay for it, thank God. And so we'll get to release a record sometime around October.
Did you guys get additional funding from your Kickstarter? Didn't you beat the goal?
Yeah, we set our goal at 16 grand, which was like the bare minimum to pay everybody off, and then we did hit the number with about 60 hours left, and so we said if we hit 20, we'll print vinyl, and we hit 20,002, something like that. So when it was all said and done, so we are definitely printing vinyl too. That was really awesome.
For Rebellution, when did you guys start playing at festivals?
I want to say our first festival, like major festival, was Rothbury, which I think is called Electric Force now. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that was also an eye-opening experience for us. A lot of cool woods and stuff out there. Gotta be careful though.
Yeah.
A lot of water.
What is your history with Wakarusa? Is this your first time here? You've played here a lot. Kind of what are your thoughts on the festival?
This is for Quixotic. This is our 3rd year being here. The first year we had a stage that faced the main stage. We played a midnight show every night. So we kind of got to do our own thing and build the stage the way we wanted and just got to leave everything up. So we definitely took advantage of that. Yeah, we played last year as well, and this is our 3rd year here. And we love Wakarusa. It's pretty close to home. Some of our management, Brett and Pipeline, help us out a lot. We're from Kansas City, and so we have close ties with them and Pipeline and Lawrence. And yeah, we love it here. We know a lot of people here, and very happy.
For Dirtfoot, this is our 7th Wakarusa. We started in '07, back when it was still in Kansas. we got in through a Waka Winter Classic that we did not win. We were the only band in Tulsa that wasn't from Tulsa, and we came in 3rd place. But somebody from the festival saw us and liked us and said, we may call you. So we held our breath for about a week and then gave up, and then 2 months later they called us up and said, come on. But what really locked it for us was a fellow named Jon Cabrera who started the Chompdown. And he, it was our first year there, '07. We were at the very bottom of the list, and he said, would you like to come do a breakfast? It's just a jam in the morning in the woods, and it's basically the kids on the Waka Forum are getting an excuse to come together and meet each other. So they all got together, donated eggs, bacon, and whatnot. We showed up, and all the kids in the festival area around it heard about it, and showed up and said, oh, I've got eggs, I've got bacon, I'll wash, I'll clean, I'll cook. And we fed 250 kids that day. And so, luckily, Brett and those guys liked us and asked us back, and then the Chompdown came back, and we, Friday morning, did our 7th Chompdown. We fed 1,200 people, and had members of Ben Miller Band, Trash Can Bandits. I'm leaving people out, I'm sure, but we had people come sit in with us. We love Waka. Like I said, we've got good relations with the Pipeline, and Wakarusa is kind of our vacation. As much as it's a working gig, it's a vacation. We come here and we stay the whole time. We showed up Wednesday, we've been in the mud and trekking and everything else, so it's been great. And we look forward to coming back next year, hopefully.
This is Rebellution's 3rd time playing Wakarusa, and like you just said, we like to come out and stay the whole weekend and really immerse ourselves in the festival culture. This is one of those festivals where you really do feel that it's a real festival. There are some festivals around, sometimes that are a little bit too easy, hotels and, walkways everywhere without mud and stuff. You gotta love that, and I think there's a lot of character in Wakarusa, and Rebellution's always very thankful to be a part of it.
Had you guys played with Mike Dillon before last night, or?
No, we've met Mike a few times, and he and our percussionist are friends, and so this is our first chance to play with him. We have a show coming up with him in Fayetteville at the end of this month, so it was really cool. And yeah, I actually had to stop playing at one point and record myself.
I saw that.
Because it was just, they were trading back and forth, and I was like, okay, Daniel's going to want to see this, so I had to catch it myself. But yeah, Mike's awesome. We love him.
Yeah, he's pretty sick. Brer was my roommate in college, so that's awesome.
For Quixotic, talking about the music, the production, the inspiration, and then the whole show, and how you keep that all in mind, and how you craft it. Can you talk about the process?
Yeah, the process for the music is really interesting. We have a lot of, obviously we have dancers and performers performing with us while we're playing the music, so the music and the dance is very integrated, and when we are trying to think of like maybe the next song or how we're going to do it, we talk to the dancers and kind of feel it out, play a little riff, and the dancers will start choreographing as we're writing the music a lot of times. And we premiered 3 new songs last night, and we're going to play them again tonight. And our inspiration, we draw a lot from the world music vibe, as well as the electronic, and I really like bands like Emancipator has been a big inspiration to me lately. The violin, of course, and definitely digging Red Barat is really cool too, and Beats Antique also. But we try to keep it as integrated as possible between the lighting and the music, and all of that stuff is definitely works together and moves together.
For you guys, Quixotic, I saw you guys last week for the first time on main stage, and then again last night. And how would you say is it limiting going from like performing bigger stages compared to smaller stages? Does it change your performance a lot?
It definitely changes the performance. I think what was cool about, the main stage was amazing. It's great to be on the main stage, of course, and it's such a big space to fill. It almost works better when we have a smaller stage that we can really fill completely. And the cool thing is we got to put girls in the trees, we put some nets up. So if you were walking down, we have projections on all the trees. We kind of turn it into our little playground. which is really hard to do on the main stage. So we took full advantage of being on the satellite. I really dig the size of the stage and the cool environment. You know, you're going down into this creepy wonderland, and I think it creates a really cool mood even before you start seeing the show. So yeah, we had girls all over the place, and Megan might have a little bit to say about that.
Yeah, it was really fun because we got to play a lot. We set up different apparatuses in the trees, so us dancers could go there and hang out. And then there's also the walkway coming out too, so we can kind of get out into our audience, and it definitely makes it more of like a 360 performance, which I think is what we really like doing, encompassing our audience and bringing everything all together. So it creates an experience for everybody. We try to just create as much of the visual as we can.
Dillon for Rebellution. So after you guys play, you're opening for Snoop Lion. What do you think of Snoop doing the reggae thing, and are you going to hang out and watch it?
Yeah, I think anybody who wants to play reggae music should, no matter what their background is. I mean, I personally like Snoop Dogg, and if he comes with it and becomes a legend of reggae, more power to him.
This one's for Quixotic. What about being in this environment and the life force that's, you know, kind of emanating out of here, the vibe that's emanating out of here? How does that inspire what you guys are doing with your show? I mean, how does that affect you guys? And just being here all weekend and being immersed in everything.
Yeah, I mean, like the other guy said, you know, we've been here since Monday. You know, the guys that are on the tech crew have been here since Monday, getting everything ready. And we came in on Wednesday and Thursday, and we're staying until the very end too. We love, you know, the whole aspect of it. The only part that sucked is we lost our Thursday night show to the rain gods. But other than that, yeah, I mean, we take it all in. We just roll with it, you know. The dancers are hanging in there, and they're doing the best they can too, right?
It was kind of tough last night because the whole front of the stage was wet. So anytime the aerialists or dancers try to do any turns up front and probably slip and fall on the face. So we always have to be very careful up there. Definitely.
Shane, I've noticed you've popped up in quite a few other bands' shows. Which one's your favorite?
Oh yeah, I've been trying to sit in with as many as possible. I sat in with David Block in the Human Experience, and he's been helping us create some music. So I thought that was really cool. And he also opened up for us last night, and I also just got done sitting in with you know, Dump Chuck Butterlips, and that was pretty rad too. We had members of Dirtfoot were there, and the Trash Can Bandits, and yeah, man, it was really cool. I love sitting in, so anybody else wants me to, just let me know.
This is kind of leading off of that question, but how do those collaborations happen between, you know, different artists playing at the festival? Do you know beforehand, or do you talk with them?
Yeah, we run into each other on the circuit. You know, we met David a couple summers ago, and we immediately liked him and his vibe, and his music suits us well. So yeah, we see somebody we like. We love collaborating with the writing of the music too, as well as so yeah, David Block sat in with us last night, and Mike Dillon did too, and man, he blew my mind. We have a lot of tabla in our music, and he had the acoustic tablas out. He just rocked it. So yeah, if we see something we like, you know, definitely we immediately start thinking collaborations, whether it's live on a live stage or on a recording. So you know, we're open to lots of ideas, including reggae.
Any of you guys ever see Billygoat with Mike Dillon back in the day? Nice.
Yeah.
That's I actually have a Billygoat vinyl record that I'm hoping Mike will sign for me before he leaves here.
Awesome.
You know, yeah, I got to see Billygoat in way back in the day. I was moving from Shreveport to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they played in Shreveport out of the blue. We moved to Tulsa the next day, and they were in Tulsa that night. So we were like, hell yeah, and we went and saw Billygoat that night. You know, we're known for our bean can shaker things that we have, we may have sort of kind of got that from Billygoat.
Yeah.
Unofficially, I'm not confirming that. But Mike said it was cool. We got his permission. It was all good. Billygoat's a great man.
Yeah, it's awesome. Cool. It's neat to see Mike getting so much recognition now. You know, it's crazy.
And he's like you said, he is amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, the way he plays the vibes, the way he plays junk, percussion,
Timbales.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's just, oh man, he's unreal.
Cool.
Makes
Awesome.
him talk.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
I got one more. For Rebellution, as a reggae artist, and you, and as me, not a reggae connoisseur, give me 2 reggae bands that I should check out. Besides Rebellution.
Well, I think the Green is on stage right now, and they're phenomenal. They're four lead singers in a band, and harmonies that are just on point. We just went out. We just finished a tour, and we had Jay Book on the tour, and he's amazing. And his band, Hot Rain. Those are the first 2. I guess I'm biased for Hawaiians, you know. Good people, aloha spirit, you know.
Thank you.
For Revolution, do you ever feel like being pegged as a reggae artist limits like the sound or the scope of your song?
Well, I think that we always say, we use reggae as a foundation, and then we try to branch off in different genres. And, you know, reggae music is also called world music, so it's a very universal sound. And I think that everybody can be a part of that sound and apply it to whatever race, religion, gender, class, whatever. And I think it's kind of like a timeless sound, so, and you can do a lot with it. And like I'm saying, you know, it's a foundation, so I feel like people can try and say that you're pigeonholing yourself by just being reggae and limited, but it's just a really big world. And that goes for all kinds of genres of music, but you know, that's just my interpretation of that question.
I guess this could go for anybody. What about this weekend with everything that's been going on, whether it be with weather or, you know, sets getting canceled or any kind of BS, regardless of that? What's something meaningful and positive through your experience this weekend that you're going to bring out this weekend?
You know, we've always, you know, going back to the Chompdown, we talk about that the humanity that's on this mountain. You know, there's something about, there's a fella here that said, magic happens on this mountain, and without it, this would not be here. You know, and it's true. I mean, there is something about this place in general. It's life affirming. It's a battery recharge. You know, that kind of thing for you, for your spirit. And so just being here and taking part, I mean, I have to say, last night, looking up at a starry sky, you know, after 2 nights of all the stuff, sitting in a van, riding out a storm the other night, and a giant army tent flies up and lands on top of us. I now have a little dent in my door that we're going to call character, you know. But, you know, all this stuff that happened, and looking up at that sky and just being like, you know, grateful. You know, to be able to play and having all these great guys jump on stage. I mean, it really did just, you know, made your heart swell. So just, I don't know, just kind of the overall experience.
Yeah, totally. I mean, even though it rained and a lot of things got canceled or moved, I think that makes people hungry. I mean, I could see it in the faces last night. Like, I know you just said you had a great show last night, and so did we. I think the people had been in their tents for a while, trying to stay dry. So it made last night even that much more special. You know, people were ready. I could just, the second I walked out on stage, it was like people were ready to hear and get down, and they did.
Everything they just said, I agree with.
That's fair.